think the title might be messed up.
We invented everything. Yeah. Thank God I'm black. Thank God I'm black. Thank God I'm black. We invented everything. Yeah. Thank God I'm black. Thank God I'm black. Thank God I'm black.
What's going down? This is the Dabootbrothas podcast. My name is Sean Item, and this is my co-host, D. Jason King, and we are an unapologetically black podcast about life and business. What's going down, Jason? How you, man?
Man, I'm good, man. Just trying to make it through another day in these entrepreneur streets, man.
For sure. Yeah, you guys, we had a guest today. He's having a little technical difficulty, so we're just gonna talk about some black stuff, some things that have went down in the last few days that we feel like are some kind of hot topics today. Jason, did you get to check out that versus battle?
I did
Earth,
get
Wind,
to
and
check out
Fire?
the versus battle, man.
Yep.
So it was very different for me to see some of the old heads going in.
Yes, sir.
I do think that the brother Steve Harvey was trying to be in the versus battle. He was trying to actually get his music career jumped off because he was literally taking up more time talking about the songs than actually letting the songs play. So that was one thing that I was just like, whoa, man, let Ron Isley go in, let Earth, Wind, and Fire go in, let them build, man, let them build. But you know, sometimes the co-host can really get in his feelings a little bit and try to do a little too much.
Try to take over. Yeah. What did you feel about them? Did you feel like, because I thought it would be more singing. You know what I mean? Like I know verses is kind of like you let the music play, but I just felt like with those type of iconic groups that are known for their live performance, I thought it was going to be a little bit more of that. But it was jamming. Nonetheless, man, it was rocking. We had it on in the house. It felt like a good old barbecue or something, a good old cookout music. So it was dope, man. It was dope.
It had me in my house cleaning up. So that was one thing. You know,
that was the cleanup music back in the day.
That was the cleanup music. Listen, my daddy got every Ron Isley and Earth, Wind, and Fire record, not the CD, the records.
Yeah.
In his garage, he got them posted on the wall. So I knew most of those songs, but I was like, can we get a whole song? Because it seemed like they were playing and then they'll cut it off.
Yeah.
And then Steve would do some commentary and cut it off. And you know, you could look at the guy with the Earth, Wind, and Fire with the long hair. Yeah. He was looking at Steve like, are you gonna let the song finish? Yeah. So I really enjoyed the songs. You know, it was real good, man. It was real. It took me back a lot, like in high school, because I think that Ron Isley had made some songs with R. Kelly on you know, we're not gonna speak on that, but he did make some good discography with R. Kelly.
It was a lot of people talking about that. Like they wasn't they wasn't feeling him singing them songs, but I mean those are his hits. Like I mean, if you think about the 90s, like that's kind of what he was singing. I mean, you know, it's not the best of looks because Kells was singing it. I mean, Kells wrote the songs, but you can't really put that on Ron, man. He just singing his songs, man. Because you know, if he would have left it off, it'd have been a whole bunch of people like they didn't play Mr. Big. So I don't know. I think he was in a hard spot on that one for sure.
It's like that, you know. You can't win for losing. So my biggest thing is like when you have certain situations like that, hey, don't blame the music, okay?
Yeah,
that's one thing I can say. If you want to blame R. Kelly, blame the individual, but don't blame the music because those songs still go hard.
They do.
It's just that he went too hard.
For sure. So Ron Isley, man, he look good, man. He said that man like 79 years old or something like that, bro. Hey, man, like black don't crack for real, man.
You know, the one thing about Ron, I was like, brother Ron showing he really is showing that season because he got the gray beard. I was like, look at that. I say, hey, now
good on him though. I was like, man, 79, man. I know some dudes 29
Yeah, and
looking like they done.
he's 79 with a young boy with a little toddler. I do believe he
Oh,
should
really?
be.
He's still out there? Come
Yeah,
on, Ryan.
but
You might want to chill out with that,
but
though.
that's from his. That's from his new. He had got remarried a while back, so he got a fresh family.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Fresh, yeah. So that little boy, he probably would be probably my son age. So I think, yeah, Ron still got it.
Yeah. He's
He
still
still
Ron.
got it.
Ron still Ron. So what you think about my man with the you think that's a weave with my man on Earth, Wind,
Man,
and Fire?
listen.
A wig.
First of all, he done processed and permed and put so much in his hair. I don't even know if that's a wig or if it's
It
hair.
don't. It wasn't moving too. It wasn't too.
It wasn't moving. It was
just
it was slick back. Cause you know how you see when you go, you got a sister like I got a sister like I see them with a flat iron. I'm like, you still flat iron in your hair?
for sure.
I was like the old school way. Like, I'm like, listen, it's plenty beauticians that could tell him you are damaging your hair, sir. Cut it out.
For sure.
But
For sure.
it's just weird to see people like that. And like I made a post on Instagram. Don't let your past be your future. And he's still stuck in his past. He still
it'd be
think
hard,
that.
man. Yeah, for them celebrities, man, it's like they definitely, I don't know, they get stuck with a look or something that they're branded as, and it'd be tough for them to move, man. But I enjoyed it, man. All in all, shoot, it was cool because we had Sunday, it was Easter, so we had a bunch of people over, and it was just cool to be able to play music that like everybody was good with. You had elders in it, they cool, young people, they ain't tripping. You know what I mean? Like people my age, we was good with it. So it's really cool to have like timeless moments like that where you can kind of put on some music and you ain't got to worry about skipping songs because everybody's not on one accord. So shout out to them, man. They said, I think Earth, Wind, and Fire said they had like 45 albums or something like that.
Yeah.
I was like, bruh.
Yeah, they knocked them out.
That's crazy. And then they're really known for a lot of their live instrumentation. So you're talking about like really playing and making songs like on a whole nother level, bro. Whole nother level.
I look at their music as something as being quite therapeutic to the community. Because you look back, like I tell people to look back at how peaceful that music made people feel, even though some of their clothing was very odd, but that the music was very, very peaceful. And that day and time, you had the civil rights movement and all that stuff going on in the 60s and 70s. So they had a different type of mindset to get through this injustice that they were living.
For sure.
So that music brought a lot of people joy. It really brought a lot of people joy, a lot of people happiness. And to see Earth, Wind, and Fire up there, even though I don't believe all the members were there, some of them been passed on in glory. But it is a big thing, and it's really important for people to go ahead and take a look back at the past, see what type of music they have, and listen to it. It'll help you.
Yeah, but you said about them clothes, that's real, man. They had the side by side, and one of the Isley brothers, he had the side out a little bit. He had the little cutout. It's so funny because you talk to so many of the elders, and they be on these young people. They be on these young people's head about what they wear, how they doing it wrong. And you kind of look, man, a lot of it's the same, man. It's a different day, but kind of the same stuff be going on. So it's super funny to see that side by side. I was like, man, you brothers wearing some different stuff, man. For sure.
Listen, I had a conversation with somebody. I was like, listen, these men sat down in a chair and stitched out some pants with a dress at the bottom and called them bell bottoms. I'm like, hey, brother.
Yeah.
Some of this stuff needs to stay in the 70s. Don't try to bring it back. I see these young cats out here now. They are skinny jeans and listen, man. We got to cut it out, man. It's unnecessary. It's unnecessary.
So let's talk about something more recent. You had your boy Paul Pierce, formerly of I guess the Celtics. I mean, he played on a couple of different teams, but we know him. After his career, he started working for ESPN. Was doing a good stint covering the NBA. And I guess last night or sometime throughout the weekend, he decided to do an Instagram live. And yeah, let's just say he got a little crazy, and your boy got fired.
Listen,
Come on, the truth, the Paul Pierce. What's up, man?
listen, this is for Paul Pierce.
He needs some milk.
Because Paul Pierce then lost his entire mind.
Yeah.
His entire mind. Sometimes you gotta you a
sit
sports
down
analyst. you went from the NBA to the second highest honor as a basketball player as they can get. You right there to somewhat kind of still get the thrill of that, what you used to do by commentating, doing all this, and you smoking weed, getting a haircut, and strippers in the background, bruh.
That's wild, man.
We go 50 steps forward to go 100 steps back.
But Jason, this one is different to me because like most of the time, it's like somebody else got a phone. Somebody else is covering you. You know what I mean? You like, dang, somebody snitched on you, basically. Mm-hmm. He snitched on himself. This was his Instagram live.
It was his live.
Oh, man. Like, you did it to yourself. I can't even be mad at nobody, bro.
When you see people do stuff, like my daddy had a saying, like he said, you can't fix stupid.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes, like you really see him doing stuff like, what are you thinking about, brother? At what point did you not realize that you was gonna risk $1 million job?
She said, look, Ashley said he knew what he was doing. He probably was already leaving. Nah, I ain't trying to hear that. What he leaving for?
What was he leaving? His mind?
Like, that's the most cush job ever.
That job, listen.
They don't do nothing. What is he leaving to?
Sit down and talk about people.
And all he did is hate anyway. I think that's what really came back to him. I'm a LeBron fan. He don't like LeBron. So he always was talking crazy about a lot of the players. So I don't know if that was a little bit of karma. But nah, it's, all jokes aside, man, like I never thought in a million years Paul Pierce would go out like that.
I did. Look at Paul Pierce's career. Paul Pierce was the only NBA player that got stabbed a number of times. His
probably not the only one. They got a lot of hood dudes in the league.
Hey, probably ain't look what he had on in the video. He was blooded out, man. Come on, man. He had the flame. I was like, oh man, come on, man. It's like Paul Pierce, man. Come on, you got to get it together, brother. When you get to a point that your accolades have given you a position to where you can change situations.
Yeah.
For especially young NBA players that came from the bottom like you did, and they're still was in their street life and involved.
Yeah,
like you evolved. You were in the upper echelon. It's time to stop.
Yeah,
that's what I tell a lot of people, man. Like when I did a live talking about don't let your past self destroy your future self, because we get caught up in trying to live in our past, those glory years. Like I was telling some people, I was like, me and some of my frat brothers get around and they talk about stuff that happened 13 years ago.
Oh, that's the worst.
I don't want to talk about stuff.
What is he talking about? High school folk, bro. We 40.
Yeah, I'm saying I don't want to talk about
that was the best years of their life, though, boy. He's like, bro, it's been so much that they went on. No shade, like not to say we can't go down memory lane, but like literally, like you have men and women, bro. Like that was literally, they stopped living, they stopped growing after high school. Like that was the best time of day. They stopped growing after college. Like, bro, like there's so much more to life, man. Like you got this whole other section and you don't ever even talk about it. No highlights.
And I see a lot of people like that, and then they don't understand. Like I don't think that they understand me when I'm saying it. I'm like, why do you still think about that? Your mind should be in a system of of progression. You can't stay back there and just live there all your life, because that's gonna hinder you. It's gonna put you into a situation to where, hey, I know I'm doing good, but man, I wish I could go back and live that time
Yeah,
again. I'm like, no,
for
I don't
sure.
want to. I don't want to go through college again. No.
Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. Yeah, man. So it's funny, man. I know a lot of people like that. But yeah, man, you got a whole life to live, bro. And like you said, you can't take everything to different levels. Like you're basically backed by like a major corporation and his, ESPN, NBA. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
you're basically one of the faces of these organizations, bro. You gotta know you just can't have the strippers on the Instagram live. You just gotta know. Even if it ain't quite in the contract, you just kind of gotta know that that's the deal, man. That is
I don't.
that is quite that's crazy, bro. I could never imagine. Do what you're gonna do, in your own time. You're a grown man. But at the same time, like when you tell on yourself, when you're advertising it, I just think that's a whole nother level of insanity, in my opinion. But like Ashley said, maybe she knows something that we don't. Maybe he was already one foot out the door, and it was just. But even with that, like, why would you burn the bridge so poor? You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't burn the bridge in that type of way. Do what you're gonna do, leave on good terms, and then you go get picked up by another station.
But
Not
he
do
was
that
so.
to where everybody feel like you're a liability and nobody want to hire you. Like,
It, my thing, his response to it was so comfortable.
what was
Like
his
he said,
response?
huh? He
What
was
was his
like,
response?
haters are gonna hate. I'm like, he like, haters gonna hate, and I'll be all right. I'm like,
Haters gonna hate,
haters
potatoes gonna
gonna hate.
potato.
You hated on yourself. I'm like, bro, you hated on yourself. The type of stuff that you doing and saying makes no sense. That's a big thing. That mental stability, especially with
That's
these
wild.
people when they get rich. What in
That's
his
wild.
mind made him think that it was okay? Yeah, I'm gonna come up here and I'm gonna vouch for the stuff that I did wrong, and it's right because I say it's right.
Shoot, probably why he got fired. For real. You know how it is. Like some people don't never think they wrong, man. It could be red-handed. I don't see
Hmm.
nothing wrong with it. That's just me being me. All right, that's just me being me. You gotta go, dog.
Yeah, when you caught, you caught. When
You
you
caught, you
caught, you
caught.
caught.
For sure. For sure.
Like
For sure.
it's no point. It's no point in building up a bed of lies, and he
Yeah.
lying to himself. So I would say that he need to sit down, go talk to a therapist, and really figure out why he think that was okay. Because like really, if police could have got involved,
Yeah.
it would have been a bad situation. But the nonchalant way of him handling it was just like, man, I'm Paul Pierce.
Yeah.
Like, you still a human being, you still fireable. You don't. And that
Yeah.
brings up one thing that we always talk about. You're supposed to fire your boss. You're supposed to be in a situation to where you have different streams of income. That's why he
Probably
was so
do. I don't. Yeah,
comfortable.
yeah. I don't know if it's a money thing. I don't think that. I just think this, Jason, and maybe you could help me figure this out. We can have a dialogue about this. I think sometimes people share too much. I think people keeping it too real right now. You understand me? Like with these phones in
Mhm.
our hand all the time, it's like people just letting stuff. Like probably like 5 years ago, Paul Pierce had probably never done that. You understand what
Mhm.
I'm saying? Like, but now it's just like almost a wave that we share too much, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Like, that's something that he could have probably did in the privacy of his home, probably has done it a bajillion times. The biggest thing on this one, I think, he just told on himself, like, and he signed to a major corporation that's trying to get women and children and trying to be basically PG as much as they can to get all of this money, and you getting in the way of the money. So, yeah, man. So
He
I just think people
he
share a little
OD'd
too much.
on social media. That's
Yeah,
what he did. So this is a thing. Some people, what do they call it? Clout chasing. They
yeah,
looking just for social media fame. They not looking for the smarter side of social media or monetization and things like that. They just want to be known. So
yeah.
he was just trying to get followers or
So
likes.
you think somebody even at that level is clout chasing?
Yes.
Oh man,
What do you mean?
he
Son,
cloud chasing at that
listen,
level.
at that
Yeah,
atmosphere,
yeah,
he
yeah.
was still clout chasing
Wow.
because okay, Paul Pierce, he a single man,
Okay.
millionaire.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, he want to show people that he hadn't been heard about nothing in years. He still got to show people he got it. You know how people,
That's real.
he having a matter of fact, he having a midlife crisis. That was that social media outplay was his Corvette
Yeah.
or his Ferrari. Him doing that was his midlife crisis. That's what it was. He
Wow.
just want recognition. I'm still the bad boy of the of ESPN. He was an NBA. Now he the bad boy of ESPN or the fired boy.
Yeah,
That's what we should say.
they gone. They gone. Yeah, man. I think yes, people just share way too much, man. Some stuff ain't got to go on the internet. Everything ain't got to be an Instagram live. Everything ain't got to be in your stories, especially when you high profile like that, man. Like it just don't go in your favor, man. I get it. Like was he breaking the law or anything like that? No, no. But it's about image control, man. What they want to be known for, and then you already know you kind of like already kind of got an image issue. You know what I'm saying? Like, you kind of already know people are already probably looking at you like, why they got this guy up there? So,
Yes.
with that being said, I think that kind of all plays into it. Like you were already kind of going out on a limb by maybe being even a part of the situation. Now they make you a part of the situation. You're doing your thing, you're accepted. Then you go do that. But hey, man, maybe he could do like a podcast like the homie Matt Barnes and what's the name? Up in Smoke, all the smoke.
Yeah,
They go hard. They do what they want to. Maybe he'll
only
go.
thing Matt Barnes did was fight. Matt Barnes, my boy, all he did was fight. That's cool. He can fight all day, but you not Matt Barnes has a different level of prestige about him. He like somebody that okay, I'm not gonna stand for this BS.
Yeah,
If you do this, we gonna handle this like men. That's Matt Barnes' whole
for sure.
persona.
For sure.
He not for the jokes, he not for the game. But I ain't never seen Matt Barnes come out and have a blunt in the air. Yeah.
Oh no, he got the blunt. That's what the whole show is about. That's why it's called All the Smoke. That's
But
all
no,
they do. That thing is just smoke.
I'm
That's what
just
it
saying,
is.
but not in that type of
And that type of kid. That's why I was saying, like maybe he could pivot. Maybe he could be the third member over there because
I don't know.
what he doing ain't working. Yeah, he definitely.
Well, I guarantee this is what's gonna come out. Now that he has done that extreme move with that clout, he did get a fan base. So what he's gonna do now is, like you said, pivot and make him a podcast.
Yeah,
he's gonna make a podcast.
Yeah. And it probably will be more who he is, man. Like, it's not good that stuff like this happen, but I think sometimes it frees people up. Like when you're trying to like be something that maybe you're not really are, right? Like having to wear this, having to move like this, and trying to come off in a way like and project an image that you might not necessarily all the way be. Sometimes it's best to get that freedom. You know what I mean? Get that freedom card real quick and go be able to do your own thing. Because I definitely think it's a lot of Paul Pierce fans, and they'll probably appreciate him even more being able to be exactly how he is. So I think, this day and age when we always talk about digital real estate, you know what I'm saying? Like you could really have your own platform if you want to have the girls in the back on the IGs and lives and doing your thing. You're gonna have to build your own space, man. It's like because
that's somebody's daughter. That's somebody's daughter. No, sir. I'm not gonna let him slide with that. That's somebody's daughter. Somebody daddy got to see that girl, and I'm like, no, Paul Pierce. Other than that, I do think that he's in the market for that because just like us as a small podcast, we're building. He has that type of push that he needs, and like you said, he may have gotten to the point to where he was tired of being under ESPN's umbrella.
Yeah.
Because a lot of them, you can see a lot of those broadcasters and things have a certain level of frustration, especially when it's like the climate that we had the last 4 years with this the past president.
Yeah.
You could see that the mood changes, the anger, the frustration. So out of that time, he may have gotten a little bit tired of it. So I may give him a little slack off of that,
Yeah. Yeah.
but don't tell
Which
on
is
yourself.
which is so funny because I feel like if you look at the broadcast, okay, like just follow me here. If you look at the broadcast and how like they kind of are like a little bit more stuffy on there, but then
Mm-hmm.
if you go to social media, like in the social media presence for sports, it's totally different. If you look at Bleacher Report, like I'm talking about, they using words like capping, a vibe, mood, like they're using like basically the culture and have no problem with it. But then I feel like you go on to like an ESPN and these other ones, and there's just a little bit, like I said, it's like for an older audience or a different demographic. Like I think they could
Yeah.
probably use a little bit of that rawness. You know what I mean? Like it seems to be working, at least on social media. That's why I look at all of the people overtime, like all of the ones that I look at, man. It's definitely hip hop music, hip hop culture, and it's definitely it's more entertaining, it's more fun, it's more loose, it's more relatable than I feel like some of the stuff that they do actually on TV.
Yeah, it's a lot of good ones out there. I think one of them is with Chad Johnson, Ocho Cinco. He's
That's
on one
dope.
of those
That's dope.
podcasts, and that one,
They killing it.
look
And
at
I don't
him.
even
Like,
know the light skinned dude, the super light skinned dude with the. I ain't never even seen. I guess he played
yeah,
ball. I don't even. They just grabbed three dudes, man. Like as long as you got Ocho Cinco, like he gonna be
that's
good,
how it
man.
is, though.
Yeah.
Because you really think about this when you watching football, you never see the people that really are in the league. Those other two guys, I never knew who they were.
I know who
I'm
Brandon.
like,
I know
who
who
y'all?
Brandon is. Like I seen he went from Denver. He played for the Jet. He played. He was good, man. Like, but Ocho Cinco is like Chad Johnson is the star, and then I think you
Yeah,
put two up. But like they killing it though, bro. Like, and even those two dudes, it's not like they're just there to be there. Like, really, for
they,
sure. Like they have some of the best clips sometimes. So it's like
yes,
they actually are good at what they do. It's just funny that it's just like you wouldn't have picked this cash. You would figure like it'd be some other brothers that you can pick that maybe got a little bit more clout in the league, but those dudes is killing it, man. I see a
yeah.
lot of good stuff in their future, man, with that podcast.
They do have a lot of good things. They have like another I think the Jaguars running back Fred Smith. He's on there too. But he's in and out because I know he does a lot of
Fred
other
Taylor.
games. Yeah, Fred Taylor. I said
Oh,
Fred
Fred
Smith.
Taylor was nice back in the day. Oh man,
Yeah,
I like
he
Fred
was
Taylor.
real good.
Yeah, he was good. He was good.
But
Okay.
but what
Okay.
people don't understand about Fred Taylor is when they look at him, if you go back and look at the podcast, is so I always seek elders for maturity and knowledge. Like
Yeah.
his economic sense, just for him being in the NFL and him having more experience than them, like when he sit down, you can see like the golden age of football and how
Oh
he said
wow.
this is what you should be doing. This is another venue, and this is how you will earn more. And
Yeah.
because you could see how his career ended out. He played a long
Yeah.
time,
Yeah.
and for him to be even still like in good standing, good physical strength
Hmm.
and health, because they give you an expectation of 54 years after you get out of the NFL. That's it.
That's
That's a
crazy.
wrap. Your body is torn up because you with
Yeah.
gladiators, you really destroying yourself.
Yeah, Ocho Cinco, man, like when you talk about people that have done well, man, like reportedly he's done very well with his money. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Spent it very conservatively, wasn't out there just flossing and things like that. So that's good, man. Like I always love to hear those stories because I just get tired of the broke athlete. I get tired of the people that had generational money, generational wealth, and they just go in there and just piss it away, man. And it's just,
But
I'm just ready for another story. Like we all know that that's a thing. We all know we come from the hood. We all know that we don't have no guidance as far as our finances. But when does it start becoming like, all right, I know that's what it is. Let me prepare and make sure that don't happen to me, and I'm not another statistic. I think it's time for the generation to walk in that truth.
yeah, it's a clip out right now that's kind of going viral of one of these rappers talking to Grant Cardone. I think it was Rich the Kid,
Yeah.
and he was he was saying to Grant Cardone, you seen the new Corvette, it's like 70K. And Grant Cardone said, I'm not looking at that trash.
Yep.
He telling him, why don't you invest in take that 70K that you're gonna waste on the car, which is not a asset, it's a liability.
Mm-hmm.
Take that 70K and purchase some shares into Chevrolet, and then get the back end, the dividends off of that, and make a smart business decision. But I look at that and look at like it's a gap in that financial literacy. It's so big that it's stifling us. But
It is. Yeah, it was and then even with that, like it was some controversy behind that video because people felt like, like Grant Cardone was talking out of turn. And it's just like, man, like I be understanding where people be going with that, but it's just like, bro, like where you gonna get the knowledge from? Like if a person like is qualified, like I get it. You might not like a person's delivery. You might not like that it's coming from a white man. I get it. I get it. But at the same time, who in our community is really, like
yes,
like saying what they supposed to be saying? Like a lot of us scared of our kids for real. A lot of us scared of the youth. We don't want to tell them nothing. We don't know how to. We don't know how to relate to them. So we really can't all the way be mad at somebody. And what he was saying was the truth. Hey man, like get your money together. He said all these rollies and stuff that I got, I don't buy none of this. All of this is paid for my passive income. That's good, man. He's not saying you got to starve forever. He's just saying, man, set up some investments and let the investments pay for these liabilities as opposed to that earned income. Like he need to hear this. Like if we would tell more of our young people that, probably wouldn't be so much of them broke. Like it's like what you was just talking about. We were just talking about before. Like it's important, man. I just feel like we're getting to a place where like we can't just Paul Pierce the situation and just do whatever we want to, but like people offended by everything, man. Like we are too up in arms about every single thing. You got to say every single thing. The way people got to digest it has to be in a certain type of way. You got to worry about this demographic and this demographic, and it's just like that's not real, y'all. Like we're not talking like that at the dinner table. Like we ain't talking like that in the confines of our home. Like we're not talking like that. If I text Jason, I'm not hoping that he's going to take everything that I say out of context. Now, do people cross the line? For sure. But I do think it is a sense of just like people are almost searching to be offended. They're searching for your fault. They're searching for you to mess up or to be able to take something out of context. And I don't think it's for the better at all.
Yeah, we do have a lot of people that that dive into that type of mentality. And I think about it when you look at how he was speaking to him, that's how men speak to each other. But and it's a certain caliber of just a smidget of danger when a man speaks to another man, because we have to know the level of respect to have for your elders. Like take it a couple weeks back when we had Kirk Franklin and his son. His son rubbed him wrong.
Yeah.
But I think the communication was bad on both sides.
For sure.
Should have been better. But we always have that.
But like Jason, like, is anybody gonna act like they ain't got cussed out by their parents before or an elder? Like, are we really on that time like that? Like, I'm not saying Kurt was right for sure.
Oh, no.
Understand it can be. He went overboard. He OD'd. But we're all human, right? And like, no matter how many gospel songs you sing, you still got work to do until we meet the Lord. Like, whatever that looks like, whatever your religion is, like, ultimately, like, we are a work in progress. And the thing is that they put these people on pedestals, and then when they see the human side of them, then they want to bury them and say, see, I told you. Like, what are you telling me? That he's a human? Like, he's a man. He got flaw. Like, that wasn't surprising to me at all. But like again, like you said, everybody was almost like waiting for it to happen, man. It's just unrealistic, man. Ain't nobody gonna never let you down. You know what I mean? Like that's just not gonna happen. Everybody is gonna slip up. Everybody gonna make a mistake. Like the biggest thing is like, our heart for forgiveness and being able to give people a second, third, fourth chances, because ultimately that's what we gonna want. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I just think it's crazy that we didn't got this place with our celebrities and things like that to where they just can't be human at all. And when they do, and it's cool. Let's have a joke about it. You know what I mean? Let's clown. Like I love the memes. I love that. I'm a big fan of social media. So I love like the internet is undefeated. Like I'm cool with that. But I just feel like when we go into just like deeper things, it's just like, y'all really, man, your moms ain't never cussed you out, bro. Like your pops, like your uncle ain't never said nothing that they'd had to come back and apologize for. Like, is that what time we on right now? It's like I don't relate to that experience if that's the case, man.
The level of tough skin that we had back, especially because I'm an 80s baby, it was a different type of, I don't know, it was just a different type of genre of language then, because like I'm real, like I talk to my son and I deal with him friendly sometimes, and then I'm stern when I have to be.
Yeah.
But like it's like these, like just like you said, nobody can tell anybody anything. We're in a generation of no level of communication. If I say it the wrong way, then it's deemed that I'm trying to attack you. If you say something to me, then you're attacking me. But everybody is listening for a response, not listening to understand.
That's good.
Yeah, it's just that's real troubling.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, man. It's wild. You know what I mean? Because like I said, like I just always just put myself in those positions, man. And I just know as a father, as a husband, as a homie, man, like it's times, man, you might catch me slipping. So like it's not very hard to see. I don't know if you saw the news, man, but your girl Kim Kardashian, dog, like she's a billionaire now. She is a legit billionaire. Like, what's your thoughts about that whole come up? Because I know how it starts, but like they got 2 billionaires in the family now, man. Like, I mean, I get it, you know, the scandal and the tape and all of that type of stuff. But what they've been able to do over the last 20 years, man, is like they own some legendary stuff right now, man. For real, in real time.
Listen, I'm gonna take this time to throw as much shade as I possibly can, because I am petty. This lady just now reaching a billionaire, but no one paid attention to the accolades of Rihanna. She made $6 billion. And we do not see that because I believe she's a black female. Understand that she made more money, surpassed the Kardashians by herself.
Is she a billionaire or is her company worth $1 billion?
Her Fendi is the company is billionaire. She has stock in it. She owns almost.
Yeah, she owns it. Yeah, but I don't know if she's. I don't know. We got to look at that, Jason. I don't think they know. Like Rihanna, that girl right now. I don't know about that one. I don't quite agree with that one. I feel like Rihanna get her just due. I just seen some memes about her, about what you're talking about.
She got 600 million by herself.
Yeah, no shade, no shade.
But this is the accolades, because I hear like with those, that family, the Kardashian family, their money, even though they do have the money, I think it's a justified way to make it, and it's a not so justified way in making it.
Okay. All right. So look at this. So after they get in the game, all right, I'm gonna play the other side of this. Like, so after they get in the game, like if you say that's not justified, okay, how she got in the game wasn't the right way, whether she leaked it or however it got leaked. We don't even know if she leaked it, but she was in it. Okay, after that, they have 3 billionaires in their family. Kanye West, her, and they
finna divorce.
So what? Kanye's stock went up by marrying into that family. We can argue about that. I'm not saying that he ain't dope. Like Kanye is dope. He's a genius. That's one of it. Even when he do the goofy stuff, I am always. You ask my family, I am a Kanye ride or die. Like I ride with my man, because I believe after all of the antics, it's a lot of truth in what he be saying. But what I'm trying to get across to you is now this family, however you look at it, has 3 billionaires in it, and we're trying to figure out some type of way to not say like,
yeah, man,
that's an accomplishment, man. Like you do it once, okay, cool. You do it 3 times, y'all got something going on, man. Y'all winning.
Listen, Shout out to Kanye. The other two trash, man. Listen,
The baby
because
ain't even do nothing. Oh, she trash too.
she
Oh
trash.
man, you gotta get that hate out your heart, man.
Yeah, no.
You gotta get
I'm
that
not,
hate
listen,
out your
I don't
heart.
hate
The
them.
baby, she ain't even on our level. Like she ain't even like our
I don't
generation,
hate
bro.
them. I
Why are
don't
you
hate
doing
them.
that?
Listen, I don't hate them,
What's her
Sean.
name? Kylie. Kylie J.
Yeah,
What's her name?
I don't hate them.
She
I
trash
don't
too.
hate
Come
them.
on, man. You going
But
too
my
far.
thing is this. With their accolades, just try to let's try to put it as somebody else, like of our color, of our generation. Look how hard they would take. Like Kanye, like you said, he married into that family, but all it did was boost the negativity of him. Because
No,
they
he
exposed,
did that to himself though, bro.
yeah, but they exposed that, you
Nobody
know,
wasn't making Kanye go on there and do saying some of that stuff. And with Kanye, I don't be feeling bad for him because I feel, in my opinion, that it's all part of marketing. I know a
it
lot of
is.
people get in their feelings about it, but he does that every time he's about to drop something. If you look at
Yes,
when he does these things, they're very timely and well thought out. And even negative promotion is a good promotion
it's
when it
good
really comes
promotion.
down to it. So I don't be feeling no type of like Kanye then took all of that stuff all the way up to $6 billion. Like he ain't
Yeah,
tripping.
they
He ain't
the master of negative reinforcement. That's one thing I would say. They the master of that negative image and taking it and making money off of it. I can't knock them on that. The money, the accolades, that's good. My personal feelings, I was just like, I can't vibe with them because like my morality is, just won't let me. I'm like, okay, I don't like some of this stuff that they do. It's
tripping.
weird because if you look at the path of destruction in her life, like she's been married almost 10 times.
Mm-hmm.
So
So she
each
bad.
time,
She bad. So she bad with men.
no.
Bad.
Listen,
She
listen.
bad with men. What do this got to do with business, man? We talking about
Because
the Billy,
each
baby.
one of them men were millionaires, and every last one
She
of
was
them,
already a millionaire, though.
yeah, but you know how the divorce go though.
Oh man, it's
Ah,
bad.
hey
It
man,
went.
the
It
only one
go.
I'm gonna give it to, I give it to her sister, the young one. She got
She
it.
was richer than Kanye when she got with him.
Yeah,
When
she
they
was,
got
but then she,
together,
yeah, and she was richer than Kanye. Then she helped him get back on his feet,
for sure,
and
for
then
sure,
now she did do good things, but
for sure, for sure.
as
But I feel like it's what they do. She's a socialite. She's a influencer. She's a like that's what they do. It's about attention. You
yeah,
understand? Like so
man,
to me, it's like I'm not looking for like the most wholesome person. Like I'm not to say she isn't. I don't know the woman at all. But I'm just saying like that's not what I'm really looking. I'm looking at like as a woman, you know what I mean, to be able to make those type of moves because I don't think we're putting that into the equation either. These are two women that have been able to capitalize off of there ain't too many women billionaires at all. And you have two in the same family now to where yes, you don't have to agree with everything that
I
they
ain't
have
gonna
done.
agree with it.
But just to say that they got some sauce, bro. Like
They
go
do.
it ain't just about just like they've not been shoot, they probably about to pop out another one pretty soon here, man.
Yeah,
They might have like 4 or 5 when it's all said and done, bro. Like
I
this
don't
is
know
like
about
the
that boy.
Kennedys, bro. Like I know we don't want to equate that because it's in real time right now, but this is kind of like some stuff like that where you have like several millionaires, like generational type of money, like coming through. I know we looking at them because we know what they did or how they came up, but like a lot of people get their moment. We just talking about the brothers that get the shot in the NFL and what they do with it. It's a lot of people that get a moment and don't do nothing with it.
Yeah,
Don't do
that's
nothing with
true.
it. Like they didn't got their moment and they took off. So like, yeah, you said there is some definitely questionable stuff, and I'm sure there'll be some more because they do a lot of
Oh yeah, they do that.
a lot of culture vulture and stuff. I do agree with that. Like I do feel like they take a lot of that, but at
Yeah.
the same time, I get credit, man. I get credit where it's due.
See,
$1 billion is different from $1 million, bro. Like $1
yeah, I
billion is
understand that.
a whole different level that people don't even get how hard it is to attain that type of wealth and to
But
do it 3 times in your family.
hey,
That's
but
wild.
Sean, you said this, and I didn't. You said that culture vulture.
For sure.
Now
For sure.
that they family is notorious for that style stat snatching, and
For
what
sure.
they do is they take it and they market it. So what bothers me is the support that they get from, like, our people.
Yeah.
Like, we see the same styles on our people, but we don't support them.
Mm-hmm. So is
That's
that their fault or is that our fault?
That is our fault.
Okay. But that's all I'm saying. Like, just,
I'm not gonna say it's not our, that is our fault. But what bothers me is that when we see them, we see it as
cool.
Oh, a new style or
look good.
New trend. But it's not. It's like I brought up Rihanna. They her and Kylie Jenner in the same market, but Kylie Jenner's stuff is the same quality as it is as Rihanna's is to me, because what she actually is doing makes more sense. Like, I hear about her going to Africa, donating her money.
Oh, don't do that. Yeah, Rihanna ratchet dude, man. Don't do that, man. I love Riri, but like, come on, don't hit me with that. Don't try to ride off into the sunset. Like,
I ain't gonna try to ride off into the sunset.
Like, Rihanna, the sister's dope. Like, no doubt. And I don't even know why you keep even like putting those together, because I feel like Rihanna's winning right now. Like,
she is
crazy.
Winning.
She's going to be a billionaire. Like, there's no doubt about it. So everything that she do be gold too. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I
just want the support. Like I said, if like, it brings a conversation that I had one time where on a live, I said we waste our monies on other cultures and not on our own.
For sure.
It would only take, it's 40 million black people in the United States of America.
Mm-hmm.
If we just donated $1 a month, that's $40 million. Just $1. And that would literally take our whole community out of economic poverty.
That's
but
right.
We so, like, the little Rick James thing, that glow, that's what they have.
Yeah.
That social media glow. So yeah, I understand the accolades. I'm not saying they did work hard. I'm not saying they didn't do what they needed to do. They did do that, even if it is negative.
Yeah,
but they did do it. But when I see some other women that's in the same industry in the field that should be surpassing them, because I know that we have the buying power to help them surpass, and then I think about it like, why? What are we missing?
Yeah,
everybody else.
I think Jason too. Like, I'm gonna just keep it real. I think that those, in my opinion, and this is just me, when we talk about digital real estate, I think a lot of these people that have been winning, like the Kardashian, they take social media very serious. They take it like a job. And that's why I think they're blowing that fast. Like, for real, like the first order that she had, like, she literally said, hey, this is what I'm doing. And Kylie Jenner went right back and she sold out on. This was before she even had like a legit company, anything like that. She was literally selling her stuff off of social media. So, like, I think a lot of it is like some of us haven't really caught on to some of the trends and really knowing how to leverage our social equity, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to go through all of these people. You don't have to have all of these gatekeepers. You don't have to go through all of these people for distribution. Like, you literally can go direct to the consumer and get to the bag way faster. And I think, when you look at them, when you look at Kanye is the same way. He doesn't have a royalty contract. Well, I'm sure he gets a type of royalty, but it's not a conventional shoe contract with Adidas. He just got them distributing it. So he's taking the bulk of it. He's still keeping ownership. So he's able to take a lion's share of the upside of the business, as opposed to some of the people we're talking about, right or not right. You know what I mean? Like, they probably still are of the old times, the old ways of how things are. So when you talk about people coming in from behind them, like, they will pass them up because it's a new day. You know what I mean? And like, people have to really like just understand that. And I feel like for a long time, like, we really haven't really understanding what independence looks like. So I think that's what you're seeing some of this. Not to say that it's a total play. Of course, we could put the black, the white thing. Of course, that is always at play. But I'm saying some of the ways that I've seen people come up, like the Kardashians, they work that social media, that TV, like all of them angles, like promotion, attention, like hardly anybody I've ever seen. So with that being said, there is a certain amount of just being able to cash in on that anytime they have products, services, any of those type of things. You know, I've never seen I mean, maybe there has been one,
Oh,
but
she
I
got
don't
like
remember seeing it.
9.
Does Rihanna have a reality show and all of that type of stuff?
Oh
I
no,
haven't.
I don't think she into that.
But
Them
that's what I'm
people.
saying. That's what I like. But that's what I like when somebody's in front of your face all the time, going everything. You
Yeah.
see them on the TV, you see them on the internet. You see it like there's a certain amount of just brand recognition, whatever that might be. Like they were calling the Kardashians a few years ago America's favorite family. That used to be like that notoriety used to be for like people that was in the White House.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, and now we have like people that are basically just regular human beings. You know, they celebrities, but like they're rubbing with basically the upper echelons of our society, at least in America. So I just think it's a new day, man. Like I think money is going to we're going to have even younger people get to it in even shorter periods of time.
Yeah.
It's going to be up to us to like kind of change our mind about it.
It's really already starting when you can see, because I see a lot of young millionaires come into the game, but when they do come in, they don't do what they do. Like so now I see people doing these vlogs and people putting all their entire lives on. This is what they should do. Like we always say, a system of oversaturation, but it's no possible way it's oversaturation when there's 350 million people in the United States of America.
Yeah.
It's no way.
And people not paying attention to that. Like people not paying attention like that, Jason. Like I'm just keeping it real. Like they not paying attention. You almost got to go into oversaturation mode or overdoing it or 10xing it, whatever you want to call it. Cause like you just don't have people attention like that no more. This ain't the like traditional family. We're all sitting down at 7 o'clock, eating dinner, watching the TV. Like everybody doing their own thing and they looking at 10 things at a time. Like, bro, you'd be lucky if you can keep people's attention for 20 minutes for real.
I do believe so. A lot of them, it's just amazing to me because when we look at how hard it was back then, like in the 80s and 90s, and now we look at the monetization of all these, and that's even a whole nother thing. Like they have so much going out when they own their content, they can put it on every other platform and be monetized. It's insanity. So we don't look at the ways of revenue like we should. And that's troubling. And then, but what I do see what you're saying about the accolades that they have, as far as the way they got to it, I'm like they still trash that.
For sure.
But they accolades are good. Kanye always gonna be Kanye to me. He was crazy from the beginning to the end. So I do think for people that especially people that are in our genre or in our race, I really think that they need to try to find some way to pool and go back and get the rest of the other people, even if it does come up with a system of buying land so they can put their own housing stuff where we can help out. Because I look at how they have a little saying. I think Oprah Winfrey did a interview and was saying like, don't let the people in your past drag you down. And I was like, but those people in your past were people who made you who you are. So even when you become like Tyler Perry's a billionaire, but Tyler Perry, he takes people and he really gives them opportunity.
Yeah.
On top of opportunity. I get him because for him coming from Louisiana and like everybody talk about you getting up in New York or you living in LA, come to Louisiana.
Yeah.
Where the racism is real.
Still prevalent.
It's right in your face.
Yeah.
Ain't I don't like you, boy.
Yeah.
It's right there. So like I try to tell people, like, that's one thing that I always say. People always hear me say CMB because Cash Money, No Limit, Master P. Listen, they forever got by for real.
For sure.
People don't look at Master P like they should look at Master P.
He the GOAT.
He the GOAT, but people don't look at Baby like they should look at Baby.
He the GOAT.
Because you gotta understand in Before the 99 and 2000, it was the 90s, and they was still making headway. And now for them to be, if they not the, I think they the number two. The number one would be QC, whatever, quality control. That's with the Migos in them, and that's because of Migos in them. But it still always goes back to Cash Money.
Sure.
Drake, Wayne, all them, Nicki. They got a roster of people.
Yeah.
And this is what we need to look. That roster, that team, that work ethic.
Yeah.
Get that information and then take it back to your community and multiply that information.
That's right.
Like you said with that gatekeeper stuff, it's a lot of, man, we got to stop that.
Yeah.
That trying to hoard the information. Like I tell people, okay, yeah, it's a price for somebody's time, because that's the ultimate system
currency
of wealth.
It's
time. Because to live in this world, you got to truly treat your body right, eat right, to get the best out of it, because we gonna get up out this thing regardless of what we want to do. But
ain't trying to make it no sooner than it gotta be though.
Yeah, man. Even though I love Popeye's chicken, I gotta cut it out.
Yeah.
But yeah, that time and that passing back that knowledge. If we need to start like really making our own books, because we can see that the school system now ain't what it do.
Yeah.
And what we looking at now, people coming out of nowhere, instant millionaires, drop shipping.
Yep. But the whole game, man, like the whole game is just different, and it's not, like you said, it's not going to be taught in the normal curriculum. These books are, and some of these books, bro, like the same books that me and you went to school on. Like I'm not, like that's not this, that's a whole different world. Like the same planet, a different world. Like that's not the times. You know what I'm saying? Like there's been so much stuff, man. Like we're literally living in like history. Like it's instant classics going on every single day. Like I just told you, I said, did you hear about Kim Kardashian? Like, bro, like this didn't used to happen, bro. It would be big old gaps between like people being billionaires. Like it's happening like every other month. Of course, inflation and stuff like that. But I still don't want y'all to trick off the whole fact of just how much money a billionaire is. Like there's a stat that they said one time, and I can't say it, so I'm not going to misquote it, but it was basically telling you the difference between a millionaire and a billionaire. And basically a billionaire almost cannot go broke unless they're just doing just frivolous, crazy stuff. A millionaire, you can spend $1 million. We've seen it time and time again, whether it be our athletes, celebrities, but it's not very many billionaires that you hear go belly up, unless, again, they're into like heavy real estate, like just stuff that can make them go bankrupt. And they never really kind of lose their billionaire status. They just go file bankruptcy and then they like be back on top within another, 3 to 5 years. That's just kind of part of that game. But man, it's just a different time, man. Like you said, in the skill set that we need to be knowing, and the things that we need to be working on, man, we got to show our kids, what time it is, because so many of us, like you talk about a Black Silicon Valley, we can do that wherever it's going to be. You know what I mean? Like who cares about the location, but just the mindset of just saying like, hey, this is what it is. These are the skill sets. It used to be maybe a teacher, maybe a doctor, maybe a lawyer, but like these kids are literally, they don't even have no certifications. They just good at coding. They just know what they doing and they working for Google, working for this, starting their own companies, like whatever that looks like. So I definitely think it does take a concerted effort. It's very important for people like us definitely to raise our families. That's the most important area, that you be responsible of your own, but also like, just the culture as a whole, to really just start popularizing some of these things and making what used to be cool, you know what I mean? Like showing them what really is cool in real time. And, what really are those skill sets, because these kids, like literally they're on these phones, they're on these games, they're consumers of these technologies. It's just like, how do we get them to be more producers is what we need to. And if that's any parents is on here, man, when your kids is talking to you about some stuff that you don't understand, like I encourage you to just like read up on it. Like don't dim their light. Don't tell them what is not possible, because you didn't grow up in that space. You're not privy to what's going on. There are people that's on YouTube doing little reviews on toys and making millions of dollars every single year. There are people that literally play video games and they are going all around the world as a celebrity because they're so good at playing a video game. You know, like, not to say that you don't teach your kids all the other stuff and make them a well-rounded person, but you know, at the end of the day, you need to encourage them to whatever they feel like is their gift, to nurture that, because what you may deem to be a real job, like that's long gone, man. You can get paid for almost anything in this world. For real, for real. You just got to get good at it, man. But Jason, it's been about an hour, bro. So we're gonna get off of this, man. But it's beautiful talking to you, bro.
Yes,
and,
sir.
Yes, sir. And we will see you guys on the next episode of the Boot Brothers podcast. Peace.